Welcome to the Real Mama Pod.
I'm your host, Devin.
And I'm your host, Kendra.
We are real moms.
Sharing real experiences. The things people don't tell you.
Hey.
Hey, Mama, hey.
How you doing, friend?
I'm wonderful. Hey.
Hey. I should have said, hey. I should have said, hey, mamas. Hey.
Right. We have two beautiful mamas here.
Right. Two great mamas. Who we got, friend?
Well, so we have Keisha and Tiffany.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Lakisha, excuse me. Keisha.
Where do you
Lakisha. I met Keisha when I was 13 or 12. A long time ago. Because our dads were in the army and we lived in Germany together and we've always stayed in contact somehow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how, but we have. She's like a big sister to me when I was a little girl running around in Germany.
Being wild? Was you being wild?
We were just being teenagers.
Oh, okay.
You know, we did everything our parents told us to do and not to do.
Same time.
Yeah.
We had a good time.
We
in
did.
Germany. We did. So we'll leave those stories in Germany.
Yeah, because Jolene do listen. So you did what now?
Say what? And then she'll say, y'all know I know. I just ain't told you I know, but whatever. Anyways, and we have her beautiful wife here too. We are going to talk about a really, really good topic today and their journeys to mamahood and beyond. So I'm excited to tap in.
Tap in. Tap, tap.
Tap, tap, tap. Ain't that a song?
Yes.
See, look at me being an old lady talking about ain't that a song?
Yeah. So welcome
We
to the
know
Real
how you are about
Mama
music.
Pod.
Right.
Yes, we're so happy to have y'all. So briefly tell us about your journey to mamahood.
It was a you want me to do it?
You got it.
I take it. Okay. It was we already knew that's what we wanted to do. It was we had a plan. This woman is a planner. So it was, we were in an apartment, getting married, we're gonna save our money for a year, get a house. She was like, no, we can do it. So we got a house, we got married, and we got married in January 2021, and we started the baby making process February 2021. So it was a little journey for us. I'll say 7 times. It took about 7 times for it to take, and she got me the nice surprise, got me to cry. She's always trying to look for the tear. And she got the tear that day, and now we're here.
And y'all have a son.
Yeah.
Phoenix.
And he is how old?
10 months.
10 months.
Oh.
Yes.
They're sweet
Active.
at that age.
Yeah, they are.
Active.
And they're going to grow up. Now, Phoenix is going to grow up.
Oh,
It seems that way. The doctor said he's in the 97th percentile for height. He's the size of a 15-month-old.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
yes. It's a lot to carry.
Yeah. Growing out of everything.
Yeah.
Too fast. Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
So, can y'all share what process y'all went through to conceive Phoenix?
We went through the at-home insemination. So in the doctor world, it would be IUI.
Okay.
So we had somebody that was nice enough to bless us with sperm, and we put in an application and inserted around the time I was ovulating.
Okay.
And so, that took some time. And then, of course, before that, you have to kind of do like the pre-checkups. Like, it doesn't just, how can I say it? Versus like the natural way that most people do, just like it's in-house. It's not in-house. So it takes a little bit longer. And sometimes things take a little bit more time, based off your body.
Okay. So walk us through that, like what it looked like as far as like IUI and getting your donor and actually doing the process. Like you did this at home, you did this at hospital, like
We did it at home, but she did the steps to know like her egg reserve, egg count, and just we had already gone to the doctor. I think it was before we got married to see what the process was going to look like. And she's just she knew what all the levels were, all the numbers were. She's seen a fertility specialist. I need to know, I have high vitamin D, low vitamin D, and she was taking all the supplements and everything, and then she was juicing all the way down
Just
to
getting your body ready for this
all the way
baby.
down
Yes.
to juicing. I mean, it was already getting your body ready to get married, but she was already prepping for having a baby after we got married. So everything was done. Every time I inseminated her was at home.
Okay, so you did it at home.
Every single time at home in the bed.
Okay, so do you have to keep like the sperm at a certain temperature, or
It was always fresh.
okay,
So it's fresh.
Always
Yeah, just in a
fresh.
cup.
Every
Okay.
time he came over, it was always we were ready to use it.
Okay.
Yes. And it's a bit much versus just, I'm gonna say it's not a natural way, but the heterosexual way.
Okay.
It's different, and
Yeah.
it can be stressful, and it's also stressful probably for other people as well that are heterosexual. But I'm just saying, for me, like trying to keep up with ovulation, trying to make sure like everything is right, because we only have that small window,
Right.
and you like never know.
Mhm.
Well, I never knew how much of a small window you had to get pregnant till I really started saying, okay, I'm ready to have a baby. And then you think, well, this is what I'm made to do. Like, why is it taking so long? And it could just be anything. It could be stress. It could be this. Like, one thing could just throw it off.
Right.
And all you know is like, I'm giving it my best effort. It's just not happening. So it was a little emotional. Like, I kind of had that moment where I just wanted to just throw in the towel. I'm like, this is not happening. I said, everything seems to be good. And, but why is it not happening? Why is it taking so long? But, everything is God's timing.
Yeah.
So even when we were about to take that step into going into the fertility clinic, we had 1 month, and they said we're going to start. And one morning, well, it was probably like 4:00 in the morning on a Thursday, something was just like, get up and take a pregnancy test.
Wow.
It probably was God talking to me. So I got up, and I had a few underneath the cabinet. And so she was asleep. So I was creeping on in there. I sat down, and, of course, I peed. And so before the pee could go all the way across to go into the wind, it was already positive.
Wow.
And so I had my own moment in there to cry, because I was just like, I just don't think this is going to happen for me. So that was a moment I had to keep to myself as I was planning to surprise her, because I was like, it happened.
I remember the surprise.
I wanted her to take a test, though, because I was looking at her. She was on the couch, sitting across from each other. I was like, open your shirt. I was like, lift your shirt up. It's like, your breasts look real big. You're full. Like, and she was like, oh, it's my cycle's about to come on. I was like, okay, yes. But not thinking that, her cycle was like, your cycle is late.
Right.
But not just.
I was 2 weeks.
She was late.
Wow. Y'all really know each other.
Late.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was all the sign.
Right. So how did y'all decide who was going to conceive?
Oh, that was a given.
Yeah. Make sure I get this recorded. Tiffany is not going to have a baby. It definitely was not going to be her. She made it very clear. Like, she said she never just had that desire to do so.
Right.
Never. It's the most natural thing, but it looks so unnatural.
Yeah.
It was to see it though. It was just like, I just thought she was the most beautiful I ever seen her. But I was like, oh yeah, I'll pass that. Yeah. I don't like being on my cycle, let alone.
So if y'all decide to have more kids, Keisha, it's safe to say that you're going to be the carrier.
Well, the way that my blessings are set up in this manifestation, I will be seeking surrogacy, because Keisha wants to keep her body.
That's fair.
Like it's a transition. Some women, enjoy it, but it was a lot. It was a lot for me. Like, just the weight, just going through different things. I wouldn't take it back. It was definitely a journey and a blessing, but.
That is fair.
Yeah.
It takes a toll on you.
Yeah.
Mentally, physically, emotionally.
Yes.
Carrying a baby, and even after having them.
Yeah.
There you go. It's been very sleepless at our house.
Yeah.
Through teething, congestion. Now we're doing you had to lose his pacifier. Grandpa said it has to go.
Grandpa's at the house, and he is going through withdrawals.
Yes, he is.
There's a lot of crying going on.
That is a transition for him and y'all.
Yes.
Just be patient with the process.
Oh.
So I have a question about Phoenix and what society may give him. So he was blessed with 2 mamas. People are going to ask him questions like, how do you all plan, or how have y'all, or will y'all prep him for these questions that may come about? Like, how did Phoenix get blessed with 2 mamas?
Oh, he has to know.
Mhm.
Of course, when he's old enough to understand. But my mom was a single mother, and she always talked to me, and I appreciated that. At an age that she set me down, hey, this is what it is. This is what it's going to be. This is what it looks like. This is the world. But it's luckily for us, we know our donor, and we want him. They're active in his life, so we want him to know. I mean, I can't teach him how to be a man. You know, only a little bit. I can teach him how to treat women, treat his mothers, but to teach him how to be a real man, he needs to get that from a man. So we want him to know that was another blessing for us to not have to have an unknown donor to go to the sperm bank.
Right.
We really wanted him to know, or our child to know, where they came from. It's nothing like having questions of why do I do this? Why am I like that? Why am I allergic to this? And not knowing. So yes, he will be prepped very early and have conversations with to know that you have two mothers, but you have a father. This is who he is. And by all means, you have an open communication with him to talk to him about whatever man thing you want to talk about.
Right.
So yeah, because I grew up in an era where it was like, oh, my mom's a lesbian.
Okay.
So I grew up like, everybody thought it was cool though, because I was spoiled. So, your mama coming to the game dropping cash or whatever. So it was I never had a real big issue like that. So, but my mom set me down early on and let me know, you'll never see me with a man. And there's nothing wrong with that. When talk shows were really heavy on TV, they would record. I'm giving away my age. They would record. I would come home after you do your chores. You need to watch this talk show. They would record on the tape and all that, and I have to watch certain shows to understand, like, you're not different. This is going on in the world. So I was comfortable with that.
So did your mom go through the same process as you all too?
No.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, they had that back then?
No.
They had all this technology. Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
She left him after she had me. She never went back to me.
Oh, got it. I was trying to connect the dots.
No. Okay. I know who he is. I just don't know who he is.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair.
So how did you all support each other during postpartum? Because yes, Keisha, you carried the baby, you had the baby, but postpartum is a part of the family dynamic. Everybody feels it. How did you all support each other during that period? Or it's still a period.
Yeah, you're right. Because we talked about that recently. And I was like, I think I'm still experiencing it, like just little patches. But, everything comes from like the environment, even in your house and outside of your house. So everything kind of plays a part in how you respond. But she was very supportive, even from driving me to work every day when I was going through my last trimester. She's like, you could talk to me, whatever you're going through, I'm here for you. She catered to my every need and want. And, when I did feel like, well, I think I'm experiencing it, she's like, so what do we need to do? Where do we need to go from here? And so I would tell her, she's like, go. So that was time when I had mommy dates. I would just leave the house and go have mommy dates and be by myself and then come back home and jump back into our routine, because even though I have mommy dates, I never want her to feel like she's still alone. Like she's handling it, but I don't want her to feel like, oh, well, you're never here or you always need time. Like it has to be a balance.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's fair. So when you are out in public as a family, you're based in Atlanta, so it's pretty accepted, right? But are y'all getting stares? Are y'all getting questions? Are y'all getting stopped? I want to know that.
We get questions.
Okay. What are the questions?
Say to me at the Kroger, where you steal that baby from?
Wait, he asked you where to steal the baby from?
He looked like, then he told me he looks like me. Like, it was interesting because he had been walking around us. Like we kept bumping into him. Every other aisle, bumping into you. Like we don't want the same things in our house. I know we don't. Like, we might as well just be shopping together, But he was like, where you steal that baby from? I was like, he's mine. She was like, he's yours? I was like, yeah, he's mine. He's my wife. That's mine. I was like, you ain't had? I was like, my wife did. And he looked like you. So where are you going with this backhanded compliment?
What is it that you're trying? Wait, what are you
want? And the guy, the security guy.
Yes.
I have a picture of Phoenix on my phone.
Okay.
So he's checking me, patting me down. We going into some club or bar or whatever. And he was like, that's a handsome kid. I was like, thank you. That's my son. He was like, he yours? Yes, he's mine. Like yours. Yes, he's mine. He's my kid.
Right.
I guess because I look the way
I was about
look.
to say
it's
that.
just like,
Yeah,
you can't
and
be
that's
mine,
I think that's another thing too in the lesbian community
Mhm.
that sometimes the world sees you as because you're a dominant female and maybe the slang term is stud. They think that you can't have a child, but you're still a woman.
Yes.
So there are
All
some
day
women
long.
out there who are, dominant women who decide to carry their own child. And that's totally fine. But everybody has a preference they decide to or not. But that doesn't mean that I still can't have a child because I'm still a woman.
All
So
day.
Biologically, yes, you can.
I mean,
yes.
I believe once a month, just like everybody else.
Yeah. So I think that's the thing too. And so I think that's kind of like the question because even like people that I wouldn't say I know, but even just like in the workspace or they're like, so I don't want to be offensive, but did she carry? Did you carry? Like, what like they're curious and that's fine. Like, I'm transparent, to educate you,
Right.
but so you don't make assumptions.
Or some people say, well, Tiff, you next. Some people say that.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on now.
I can do it, but I don't want to.
Guess what? We found the
secret.
We found the secret. If you are a mama or a woman in general and you are struggling with your libido, we have found the trick. She-O has done the job. We have been more engaged intimately with our husbands. We have had all the fun. And when I tell y'all the fun, we have had the fun. And guess what? We don't have to put towards so much energy because this has done the trick. And if y'all don't believe us, check out the reviews.
Yep.
Like
Check the link in our bio and use code MAMA all caps for extra discounts. But order it today. That's all I gotta say. Order it
today. And like we said, if you don't trust us, read the reviews.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do y'all enjoy most about being mamas?
I'll let you go first because I have a moment that just happened the other day.
Well, okay, so there's a couple of things. So to lead into what I want to say. So our routine is I get up earlier than Phoenix and Tiffany.
I
So I
work
have to
from
be
home.
she works from home. I have to be at work by 7. And so I miss out like on the morning routine. So sometimes he is up and I get like cuddles, I want to smell him. If I have enough time, I'll feed him, but I miss out on that. So there's things that he's doing during the morning routine that I miss out on. And so that's something that kind of makes me sad and something I'm trying to work on because I want to be able to be there for those moments. Because when I get home from work, it's action of feeding you, getting you a bath and getting you ready for bed.
Cleaning out
And
the diaper bag.
And that's it. And then I have to start my day all over again.
Yeah.
So I would say that the most exciting and I guess the thing I treasure the most is just seeing him just change and do different things every day.
Absolutely.
And, like from one day he's saying 1 and putting up his finger to now we're saying 2, or, give me a hug and he'll hug or give me a kiss, so those different things that he's learning, like I enjoy seeing because I enjoy seeing him reach different milestones, but at the same time kind of makes me sad because that means you're growing up.
Yeah.
So,
That's fair.
Every mama goes through that phase.
It's like I can't wait for you to get here, and then it's like, oh no,
Like,
wait,
slow
I
down.
don't want you to get there.
He's into everything. Oh, he's into everything.
What happened, Tiffany? Because you said something happened the other day.
I think it was yesterday. Did I say it was? It was yesterday. Morning routine. Lately, I've been trying to get up before him because I can just roll out the bed, and clock in. But it's like
must be nice.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
it is. I promise it is. But I was up. I was making this bottle. He was knocked out. He was snoring and everything. And I was brushing my teeth. And because he's been congested lately, he makes his way into our bed about 5 o'clock in the morning. So he sleep and got the pillows surrounding him, and he's just knocked out. And I'm brushing my teeth. And now it's time to get up because I want him to get to daycare so he can be on the schedule with the other kids. And I can feed him at a certain time. And I said, Stink, time to get up. And I look back and he pops his head up from over the pillow. He's like, hee. I'm like, oh, you woke up happy. He didn't wake up.
Yeah.
So that sets the tone for our morning. I know
Yeah.
that we're going to have a good morning. He's going to be happy. He's going to be all over the place. But that's one thing that's dear to me. Like when he's a really happy baby. Right now, he's just like he's over it without his pacifier. But that's what does it for me. Just him being such a happy baby.
Yeah. Seeing their smile is just it warms your heart.
It's everything.
It really does.
Even though I'm tired, like
oh yeah.
Yeah. It'll do it to you.
Yeah, sneeze in my face. I still love you.
Yep.
Yes.
love
The
you.
coughing in the face, the slapping in the face.
Oh man.
Yeah, all of that.
Yeah,
you
all
still
of
love
that.
them.
Yeah.
You still love them.
Yeah, I'd be like, "Ooh, I love you. I love you."
I literally saw Eli yesterday pick his nose and put the booger in his mouth. And I said, that is real nasty.
Keep mine.
But I still love you.
I still love you.
I love you.
It's the that's really.
It was so nasty. It was so disgusting.
I'm gonna stick by.
I'm gonna stick beside him.
Oh my goodness.
It's nothing like a mother's love. It's nothing like a mother's love.
I know, and then sometimes you just have to give that, give it, I guess, like some space because they're curious, they're growing. So it's like, what is this?
Right, and it's salty. It's good.
Oh man,
Yeah,
just having a boy.
Yeah.
He's gonna be filthy. I know it. He doesn't
Oh,
like to get his
honey.
diaper changed.
You haven't even scratched the surface yet.
Yes.
Ooh,
Oh my
I know
gosh.
he's gonna be just like a whole boy.
Yeah.
And I'm funny about getting dirty and everything. It's just like,
Oh, you about to be real
You about
dirty.
to-
oh man,
Good luck.
like why are you like this? Like
Because
why you got mashed
he's a
potatoes
boy.
in your head?
Yeah, and they don't care. They're not bothered by it
No,
either.
it doesn't care.
Yeah, they don't care.
Food everywhere. He doesn't
yeah.
care, throw up, play in it.
Yep,
Ugh.
everything.
Well,
Just
don't eat that. That's
So, what advice do you all have for same-sex couples who may be embarking on this journey or interested or want to find out more? Like, what advice do y'all have for them?
so much.
I know.
It's so much.
Go ahead.
You have to plan.
Yes.
You have to plan for this. This is you
do.
have the luxury of planning
Yeah.
for this. There's a oops, I slide in pregnant. No, you have the luxury of planning. So if you're not a planner, you need to become one because you can't just fly by the seat of your pants and say, "Oh, I want to get pregnant."
Right.
If you don't have anything in place, you're going to struggle, and you're already going to struggle even when you plan. So I would say just plan it, map it out. Have a talk with your mate to know what role you're going to play because
Agreed.
she had to pump every couple of hours. I know I have to change diapers. I have to make sure that I take the load off of her whatever way I can possibly can because she's the one that's really, really sleep deprived.
Right.
So I would say plan, talk to each other, set the tone for what you're going to do when that baby gets here. And that way you're not, just be a partner.
Right.
Be a partner. Need a partner.
I have quite a few. I say choose your partner wisely.
Okay.
Because despite the fact of whatever you guys may go through, that child is the number one concern.
Absolutely.
And we talk about that all the time. Like, you have to be realistic. Sometimes we can be black and white. Like, regardless of what's happening between you two or what's going to happen, that baby needs to be at the forefront of everything.
Absolutely.
Right.
And what's in the best interest of them and not you. You have to be selfless. And I will also say, like you said, just communication and understanding, like, our values, how we're going to discipline, who's going to be involved, because sometimes people have these discussions once the baby's here and then now it's an uproar about how they feel or what's going on.
Right.
You want to bring that. That was something somebody always told me. You want to bring that negativity while you're trying to bring a baby into the world.
Right.
So that's my big thing. And just research and do what's best for you. And, if you can, try to avoid spending that money at the doctor if you can do it at home.
Yeah.
That's expensive.
Very.
Yes.
Very. We were on our way.
Yeah. So I do have another question when you talk about the process. With your donor, do you have anything in writing or anything like any lawyers involved? I just thought about that question. I'm like, how does that work?
Well, we did have a lawyer involved, but when you put a lawyer involved, it's really just at the protection of everybody.
Okay.
And so because the donor is somebody that's dear to our heart, it wasn't I'm going to do you type of thing. It's understood that he is going to be involved in Phoenix's life. And so we had something in place for him and something in place for Tiffany.
Okay.
Because I'm, the the birth mother, so it's nothing including me. But between them, they both have their own separate
Okay.
Right.
paperwork
Agreement,
and
right.
Agreement.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's not like he has to do anything for him financially, but we want him to be as active as he would like to be. And he's one of those guys like, can I get him? You know?
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
So
he goes.
we didn't want it to be transactional because he is family.
Yeah.
You know, so we're all friends, but you're family.
I love that. And so is he a donor to other couples or just y'all?
Just us.
Okay.
Just us.
Because we had an interview, solo mom by choice,
Nice.
and she went through a donor, but he donates to all women down in South Florida. So I was
like a
just curious.
community
Yeah, it's like a
now.
community. He has about 30 kids now. Okay. Yeah. So
And I mean, it could really work.
wrong with that.
Like I feel like the family dynamic is not traditional anymore. It's like whatever works for you. And I think that's something that America has to kind of get on board. Like they say they are, but they're really not. Like you understand, like the dynamics are never going to be the same. You know, you can have a single mom, single dad, two dads, two moms. You can have two dads and a mom. Like it just, to me, at the end of the day, it's about that child being loved, being taken care of, being the best version of themselves to society.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. That's all. This is important.
Good answer. Oh, good
Look at that. Look at them. This was a great combo, and I really think it's going to help some people out there. So thank y'all for your transparency and being so open and honest.
Thank you for
I learned a
us,
few
and we're
things.
here. If anybody has any additional questions, like I said, we're very transparent, and you know we'll do our best. We're far from perfect,
Yeah.
you know. So
I don't know a perfect person.
Me either.
yeah, so you know, but we're here to lend a.
Can y'all share your information, social media, whatever? You don't have to put your phone number, but just your social media.
Where can they find you if they have a question? And we can also put it in the description box if you don't remember because you have mom brain.
Just look on her face like, what's my handle?
Yes.
She was like, what's our address?
Look, it happened.
She got the mommy brain.
Yeah, it's all
that
good.
is real.
It is a real
It is
thing.
a real thing, though. Like,
And the sleeping, like she was upset that I was falling asleep. We'll be in the car driving. I'm like,
Knocked out.
she's like, why are you so sleepy? I said, I'm tired. I'm growing a whole organ. I said, I am tired.
I'm like, why you can't push through this workout? I was so sleepy. I was upset. She had to talk to me though. But my IG is artclass404. So ARTCLASS 404.
Okay. And it's okay, Keisha. We'll drop it in the
IG
description
is
box.
ATL_concept queen.
Got it.
We will put it in the description box. So they can just click. I'm going to add a hyperlink.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they can
And
just
just
click.
click
Oh,
it.
y'all fancy.
Yeah, because I was thinking too hard on that one.
So look, with this mama brain, we need some mama juice.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, get that in there.
Yes,
Get that in there. Nice.
So y'all know with Mama Juice, we curate drinks that are inspired by our guests. And thank you, Tiffany.
I've
When
been
I
looking
reached
forward
out
to
to
this.
them, they said they like mules.
Yeah.
And we're in Georgia, hot Atlanta.
Where the peaches play.
Right, right. There we go.
Cold down
Come on,
today. I don't know what's wrong.
We are here with the peaches.
Yes.
And we have a version of a peach mule. So let me tell y'all what's in it. It has 2 ounces of vodka, 2 ounces. They'll sneak up on you now.
Yeah.
2 ounces of peach nectar, half an ounce of rosemary simple syrup. So that's where it gets a little different. It ain't regular simple syrup; it's rosemary.
Yes, it is.
An ounce of fresh lime juice, and it's topped with ginger beer. And if you want the mocktail version of this, you will have the same drink minus the vodka. That's 3 ounces. We're gonna up your ounces in peach nectar. So we'll give you 3 ounces of peach nectar, half an ounce of rosemary simple syrup, an ounce of fresh lime juice, top it with ginger beer. And it's really good.
It's tasty.
And refreshing.
I was trying to be a sport when you had to drink the mocktail.
Oh, yeah, I did. I
Restaurant.
took a
Oh,
lot
you
of mocktails.
I was trying.
Jonathan
to be
tried too. And I said, babe, just get you a cocktail.
Yeah, just do you.
It's okay.
Oh, because when you pipe up,
Oh, because when I came up out of that that 3 months,
you
Nothing
got
wrong with
cleared
that.
at 6 weeks. They cleared you early. You were like, Where the hookah at? Pass me the hookah.
Pass me the
Yes,
hookah.
I do. I like a nice drink. It's good music.
Don't
It's
pass it. I want my own.
Yes,
Look,
yes.
there's nothing wrong with that. It is nothing wrong with that. So now it's time for my favorite segment of the show, and that's Mama's Corner. So if this is your first time listening, Mama's Corner is our opportunity to connect with our guests a little further and our listeners. So typically you all write in and ask us for advice. We are no experts. So please, you know, if something goes wrong, don't say we told y'all. But if it goes right,
Like they told me on that podcast.
Right. Yeah, we have nothing to do with that. But if it goes great, please let us know and give us our credit. Right. So we do have a question a mama wrote in, so I'll read it. So it reads, "Hey, real mamas. Hey. I love when y'all talk to us like that. So love the intro. I came across your show and I'm loving it. Oh, yay.
That's what's up.
Came across.
Gang,
Come
gang,
on,
gang, gang. Come
It's
on.
so crossing.
We coming cross.
Right, we coming
Yes.
across.
Pew, pew,
Okay. Look at us dissecting every sentence. Okay.
Right.
Okay, the topics are so needed. I also love you all friendship dynamic. Oh, I am currently pregnant and want to know what all do you love about motherhood and what are some of your biggest challenges? Thank you.
We're gonna start with our guest on this question. So who wants to tackle that one first?
I would say that to me, the most difficult thing about motherhood is finding your place, which means of being a mother, if you are a wife, or just trying to get back to yourself. It's hard to find that balance because at the end of the day, you want to give the best of yourself to your child, but then you don't want to lose yourself.
Yeah.
So it's trying to find that balance so you can get back to you, because the best version of yourself is what's going to make you the best mother, the best friend, and whatever, connections and friendships and relationships that you have. So I think that's the most difficult thing, is trying to get back to that person that you were. And it's possible. It just takes time.
Okay. What do you love about it?
What I love is just a small human being that loves me regardless. That just loves me regardless of what I do, what I look like, what I smell like. Just can do no wrong. And I just heard them boys are mama boys, so
Yeah.
I think I'm winning.
She went height when I was when the doctor said.
I was a little disappointed at first.
You wanted a girl?
I did, but then I had to realize that God doesn't make mistakes, and He's like, you need this boy. This is for you.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, we in there, gang, gang.
Gang. I love that answer.
You definitely give me boy mom, low key.
The unconditional though, it's real unconditional. Especially, I hope it's unconditional forever. You see those horror stories, but it's the unconditional right now. How he looks at me and us for everything, and that can be overwhelming. But it's like I'm in this, and it's okay. So that's the beautiful part for me, that he loves me unconditional, right? And he's in my skin sometimes, and I love that. The most difficult part is, it's a struggle to get back. Your balance of finding your way with. You can't just go to the store when you want to, especially if it's just y'all at the house. You gotta get them dressed. It's a prep thing. So I think the struggle is trying to find the time to balance yourself within being a mother. It's like, okay, well, I still want to work out. I still have to cater to my partner. But first and foremost, what does Phoenix need? So what does his wants and desires come first? So that selflessness it's difficult. Like, dang, I'm really tired.
Yeah.
But I cannot go to sleep right now. It's stuff that needs to be done. So I think that's the hard part. But other than that, I mean, once you in it, you in it.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Ain't no going back.
Ain't no going
No going back.
I look at him like, who coming to pick you up? Somebody coming to get you.
He can't come get your baby. Right. How about for you, friend?
Families, are y'all looking for some fun to get into this summer? If so, we have the perfect trip for you.
Yes, KT Travel and More is back with another great trip.
Yes.
July 13th through July 16th, you and your family can pack up and go where, friend?
To Punta Cana.
Yes.
Hey.
So hit up Stephanie for all the details, but this trip is very affordable and it fits a family of 4.
Absolutely. And guess what? You will be in Punta Cana for 4 days and 3 nights under the sunny weather, the breeze, the ocean, all the fun. So make sure you check out KT Travel and More for more details.
Sign up today before it's too late.
So there's a lot that I love about being a mom. The part about your child loving you unconditionally is like unmatched. Even not even yesterday, it was bright and early this morning, about 2 or 3 o'clock this morning.
Oh.
Eli decided that he needed to get in the bed with us. And I was so annoyed because I had already went to bed late. I was tired. I had a long day. And he's all on me. And I'm just like, bruh, like, I need you to get back on your cot because he's sleeping in our room right now. And he was like tapping me. He just said, "Mommy, mommy." And I'm like, this is the sweetest little voice while I'm tired. I need you to go get back in your cot. But it was just so sweet. And he really wanted me to like console him in some way. So I had to tend to that because who's going to ignore their child saying, "Mommy, mommy."
Exactly.
It was just so sweet.
Right.
But that part of him loving me unconditionally and just watching him grow into who he is. He's a completely different child than what he was last year even. And I love watching him grow and become this person who God has destined him to be. And there's so much more to see.
Yes.
And I'm excited to see that.
Yeah.
But he's so fun. He's so sweet. He's gotten really silly. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but I love being his mom. He's my baby. But I do miss the flexibility of leaving my house when I want to and doing what I want when I want.
Mhm.
So becoming a parent has forced me to be way more flexible than what I was. And that is still a transition because our kid is not the same kid they were yesterday and the day before. So
I'm
there
feeling
are
that transition.
joys. Yes, the transition.
Yeah.
And even just adding on to transition of being a wife, like going from being married to from being single to married, that's still a transition because now you have to consider not only your partner, but you have to consider your child too. And then yourself.
Yeah.
It's
A lot of
It's
consideration.
a lot of consideration.
Yes, it's a lot of like, let me meet you in the middle. Let's figure this out.
Ain't no way you can buy yourself something and not buy your son.
He gets
something,
all
your
our money.
maid something.
Oh,
You
Yeah,
get
all our
absolutely.
money.
I've had to stop myself from going. Like
the
I'm
kids
going
section.
on this is my day. I'm not going to the kids section. Eli don't need nothing.
Or even when you get a gift card, it's like hard not to spend on your kids. But I do
Yeah.
not do that anymore.
Nice.
And when I gift a mom something, this is for you. Like I wrote, because somebody
Yeah.
did that to me. Kanitha did that to me. It was like, it was a Target gift card. And on the card, she wrote, "I know you're going to spend this on your kids. This is not for your kids. This is for
Yes.
you."
You need it.
And now I do that to moms as well, because you'll be quick to be like, "Oh, just get this for the kids."
They need some diapers. I'll use this gift card to get the diapers.
And we were just talking about like getting back to us. Like I feel like when you are in a marriage or if you're dating somebody, like you come in as individuals. So you're still that individual, but we're meeting in the middle together in this life and this child. And I feel like you should have that time to yourself. Like I'm big on saying, do you want to go do this? Do you want to go hang out with your friends? Like I'm always advocating,
She's
like
always been
go
that
do
way.
something, go do something because
Always.
I'm gonna go do something.
And ain't nobody gonna say, "Well, you always."
Yeah, so like getting facial
never.
massages, getting a massage. Like I said, I want to start being intentional about doing
Self-care.
self-care because that makes me feel good. That makes me feel like I'm getting back to me by addressing my outer appearance, stressing my shoulders. So I think that's important too. It's
I
like
agree.
you got to give that to your partner. Like, yeah, we're together, but I'm still individual and I still have things that have to feed into me besides you.
Yeah.
That's why we got married though, because you weren't tripping.
Friend, what about you?
For me, my biggest joy is, like you all said, watching my boys grow. And now they're at this questioning period. So they question everything and want to know more and why. And one night, just the other night, we were praying together. And my oldest was like, "So do we pray for God?" And I'm like, "Oh my goodness." And I'm like, y'all first of all, we've been really trying to set the foundation with church and things like that. So I'm really being intentional about going to church and attending church and things like that. So for them to kind of see, like, and they've asked to go to church and all this stuff. So it's just like, oh my gosh, God, thank you for showing me this. But like for them to actually think about God, it was just really rewarding, and it's what I needed, because I am on my journey with Christianity and like really trying to study the Bible and all this stuff, because I always knew about God, but didn't necessarily have a relationship with him. So really trying to set that foundation with myself, my husband, kids. And so that was just really rewarding. So the questioning part, but sometimes the questioning becomes too much when they be like, you're not the boss of me. And I'm like, but I am.
Right.
So yeah, that part can be a little tricky, you know? So get ready for that, because that mouth, the mouth starts at like 3. Okay.
Oh yeah.
It starts about 3.
He tried to hit us back after we popped him. I said, "Oh no, that's not how this works." I'm gonna pop you right back.
Yeah, the mouth starts about 3 and gets a little sassy. You know, they can formulate sentences, those type of things. So y'all got a little bit. You got about 2 more years until that come about.
Yeah, Eli definitely turned up at 3.
Yeah. Yeah. They talk about 2s, but nobody tell you about 3. 3 is a different ball game.
Well, you know, they have 2 parents, so that personality is immersed in them.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
And Ken, we know. We know. So Eli has a little bit of you.
Yeah,
in
he
there.
definitely does.
I know.
He definitely does.
He's very stubborn. I know
I'm
he gets that
ready
from
for
me
it.
and John.
I'm ready for it. I want him to pants just fall out in public. I'm laying on top of him.
So that was my biggest challenge for me. My kids definitely have tantrums, right?
Okay.
I mean, like the tantrums, the mamas you see in the store, like, oh, that wouldn't be me because I'll do X, Y, Z. And when you're in that situation, you just kind of walk away. And you know, you try to like get on their level and try to talk to them, because they have big feelings, right? And it's just, I don't know. I want our kids to be able to articulate how they feel. And I want them to be confident, and I don't want them to shut down. And sometimes I feel like when we're in those moments, we're more embarrassed about what other people are saying or how they're viewing us, not what our child needs. And so I try to be cognizant of that. But when I tell y'all these tantrums be the ones that you see on the internet, those are my kids, okay? So it's a little bit challenging. And so I would say that's my biggest challenge. But I've also given them tools to kind of get through it. And so now we are seeing, because I had to get my husband on board, because he's more like you, like, this is what it is. And he'll sit there and argue and all kind of stuff. But once we became on the same page about how to talk to them and really figure out what works for them, because yelling at them and popping them just doesn't work for them, right? You have to understand your kid. And some of those tools work for people, and some of them don't work for other people. So we had to really get creative how we respond to them. And now we see, my son will ask, well, mommy, can you set a timer before we leave? Set that timer, no triggers. We'll say, okay, so what are you supposed to do before you get upset? Well, I'm supposed to stop and think and try to figure out how to solve the problem, right? So we're giving them the tools to be successful instead of like shutting them down. And so it's hard to do. Don't get me wrong, because I'm going on 5 years in this for my oldest.
But that mental health,
and I see it, and I'm like, I tell my husband, I'm like, you see, it's harder to do. But in the long run, they're going to be straight. They're going to be good. They're going to know how to articulate their feelings. And my 3-year-old, 3-year-old, by the time you hear this, he'll say, Mommy, you hurt my feelings. Mommy, I'm angry because, you know. But it took us a while to get there. It took us to get through these tantrums and all these things to get there. So I would say,
that's progress.
That is my biggest challenge, are these tantrums.
I said I was ready. Okay.
Yeah, y'all just wait until Phoenix is... It's that 3.
It starts at 3. It's not 2. It's 3.
It's that 3.
At 3.
Eli's pretty
Eli's
chill for the most part, but when he turned 3, I don't know what switch he turned on, but the boy is something else.
I know Phoenix gonna be hard headed because he'll reach for something like he loves this rolling wrap with the spices, and he's in his walker and he's reaching for it. Stop! Don't touch that. I move his hand. Stop! Don't touch that. He'll go back. Stop! Don't touch that. So he'll use the left hand. No, that doesn't mean use your left hand. Stop.
He said,
next time I'm gonna pop you. Then you pop him. And it's like, He goes back for it. Now this is the second pop. This is the third pop. Stop. The next pop is gonna sting. Like, dude, stop. I already know. I was like, babe.
See, you might have one that don't respond to the pop.
Babe, he don't respond to the
I
pop.
like he's like, because some kids don't.
Yeah, they
You know,
don't.
And he's a little bull.
he's fearless.
Mm-hmm.
He
the Taurus, baby.
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
yeah, they're very
Yeah.
stubborn.
Well, there you
fearless.
go.
I'm
Well, this
scared.
is great.
I
Thank you.
know.
I really
we can
enjoyed
talk
y'all
about these kids
all
all
day.
day.
Well, Mama, we hope
I
we
got
answered your question.
many to tell,
Yes.
much to tell y'all about Eli.
Right.
We'll be here all night.
Right. Well, this is great. Until
Yeah.
next
Thank
time.
y'all so
Been
much
great.
for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. Until next time. Bye.
All so much for joining us at the Real Mama Pod.
Yes, every Thursday night. Y'all could be anywhere.
But you're hanging out with us.
Yes, and we love it. So, friend, where can they find you?
They can find me anywhere they like. I'm on Instagram at KendraFerg _. And I'm also on Facebook, Kendra Ferguson.
Okay.
What about you?
And you can reach me at DevGrace _ Instagram, TikTok,
Pinterest,
Facebook, Twitter,
Mhm.
all of that at the Real Mama
Pod.
Yeah, so make sure you follow us. If you want to learn more about Kendra and I, you can check out our website where we have Mama merch. Hey, you can see our little
All
sweatshirt.
right. We are wearing our Mama merch.
Yeah, we have sweatshirts, hats, necklaces. We also have Rich Auntie merch. So you can purchase that at www.therealmamapod.com.
Dot.
We're so corny.
I know.